Alright, let's move on and talk about Twitter as a form of backchanneling. Actually, I think Twitter was one of the original forms of backchanneling, and it does provide a unique learning opportunity. And there's lots of ways that Twitter can be used in the classroom. And what we're going to take a look at next is a video clip from Grey's Anatomy about the opposition to Twitter by administrators or higher-ups, and then how once these administrators learn about the benefits of Twitter, then they come around to accepting the technology. And this is something we're going to have to work on with admin and tech, is getting them to understand the benefits of Twitter within the education community. And again, in Grey's Anatomy, remember, it's a teaching hospital, so this is still dealing with education and with students, but within a hospital setting. So let's take a look at this video.
By injecting methylene blue, it's easier to identify the structures. What do you see, Doc?
Gallbladder, cystic duct, common bile duct.
Yes. Misidentification of the anatomy is the main cause of biliary tree injuries. Today we're trying this new technique of... Put those things away, people. No texting in my OR. Save that for the drive home.
Actually, we're not texting, sir. Dr. Bailey's performing a toupee procedure right now, and there wasn't enough room in her OR, so we're just following it on Twitter.
Twitter? What the hell is a Twitter?
Chief, this is my milkshake time.
Milkshake time is not a thing. Didn't bother to tell me that you were broadcasting surgeries.
Oh, I didn't think it'd be a big deal.
Well, it is. What if something goes wrong?
Look, the patients who want to do it sign a comprehensive release, and the nice thing is most of them want to do it. They're excited about being on a cutting edge.
Until they code on the table in front of the whole world.
In which case, I stop tweeting. In the meantime, residents from all over the country get to see a surgeon's decision-making process. They get to ask questions live. It's a great teaching tool.
No, it's lawyer bait. Shut it down, Dr. Bailey.
Sir, if you understood it, you'd be on board.
I understand it fine.
Uh-huh.
I understand it, Dr. Bailey.
If you say so.
I do say so. Don't give me Bailey eyes. I'll look into this tweeter thing, but no promises.
Does this mean I get to tweet in the meantime?
No, it means give me a chance to look into it.
Mayo Clinic says good luck. Cleveland Clinic sends you a whole bunch of smiley faces. And there's a resident from Sydney, Australia joining us for the first time. Yay, Sydney.
Turn it off, Gray. Chief's orders.
Oh, but this is Mr. Winter's third operation. Everyone wants to know how it comes out.
Yeah, until I get the okay from the chief, we're not even going to tweet the time of day.
I mean, it's not like the chief even reads tweets. It's not like he'll know. Drop it, Kepner. I understand. He's the boss. And I'm sure that he's got his reasons. But you've also got 3,000 residents out there who have been by your side this whole time through a couple of very difficult, time-consuming, life-threatening operations. And now to tell them, forget it? Just like that? It's like turning off the TV when Clarice is knocking on the door of the house. It's silencing the lambs. And the lambs want to scream, Dr. Bailey. The lambs want to scream.
The man would never know.
No, the man would not.
Damn it. Can I help you with something there, Chief? I'm trying to look at Bailey's tweets on the internet.
I think you mean tweets, sir.
Whatever.
No, not whatever. It's important you get that one right. Let me try.
Bailey's putting her surgeries on the internet for the whole world to see. I told her I'd look into it, but I think it's a terrible idea.
Well, that might be a good way to reach students.
It might be Bailey bragging to the world about Bailey. This thing isn't designed for medicine, it's designed for gossip.
For now, you look at GPS. It was designed for the U.S. military to keep an eye on foreign troop movements, and now it's in everyone's car. You go out, you never have to get lost again.
Yeah, I don't go out.
Let's save that conversation for next time. There you go. Bailey's Twitter page. Looks like she's tweeting surgery right now. What?
So that's why we also had to do a left hemicolectomy.
Here's a question from...
Dr. Bailey, I specifically told you not to tweet your surgeries until I looked into it.
I'm sorry, Chief. I misunderstood. I thought you said I could tweet until you decided.
Don't play dumb. That's not what I said, and you know it. Put away that little toy.
Oh, he's hemorrhaging. The blood's coming from... I don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, we've got a pseudoaneurysm in the splenic artery.
How did that... What happened?
Pancreatic enzymes are leaking into the abdomen. They're dissolving the blood vessels. Clamp.
You need to get the spleen out of
I'm
there.
already on it. Clamp. Anyone see any more bleeding?
No, but what's left of the pancreas is still leaking.
We need to take out that whole thing.
You know, it's one thing to live with half a pancreas, but to remove the whole thing, his life's going to be hell.
Gray, put that damn thing away. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Gray.
It's Walter Reed. They suggest an islet cell autotransplant.
That's for pancreatitis. You don't do it with trauma patients.
What is it exactly?
You isolate the cells from the pancreas and inject them into the liver. They trick the liver into acting like a pancreas and making insulin.
Yeah, when it works, you need an awful lot of cells.
You know, just because it isn't done for trauma
I know,
doesn't mean...
but even if we wanted to, we don't have the equipment to extract cells. You need a Ricordi chamber.
We don't have it, but Northwestern does.
How do you know?
They can get it on a plane and have the equipment here in 6 hours.
It's too late. He's too unstable.
Okay, hold on. Denver, Tacoma Methodist. Yes, they've got it.
We take out the pancreas. I get on the helicopter to Tacoma with it. I'm back in 90 minutes. You manage in the meantime.
Let's do it.
Okay, tell me.
How's he holding up, Dr. Knox?
pH is good. He's normothermic, stable.
Resident at Hopkins wants to know why they don't normally do islet cell autotransplantation in a trauma patient. But we're not tweeting, so.
In the trauma, the pancreas is usually too damaged. You can't get enough cells.
I got another question from Emery.
Go ahead.
Will you use the portal vein to inject the islet cells into the liver?
Yeah, I suppose it's a little tricky. The portal vein is partially dissolved because of the enzymes.
Ooh, good answer. Oh, this is a message for you. This is, Hi, Chief Weber, Dr. Neil Lefkoff, University of Miami. I was a resident at Seattle Grace 8 years ago. It's a pleasure to be scrubbing in with you again, sir.
Neil? Really? Well, I'll be. And before we had these machines, we used to mince up the pancreas and spin it ourselves. I mean, Dr. Ellis Gray taught me how to do that 20 years ago. I mean, she would take the...
Slow down, Chief. I can only do 140 characters at a time.
Okay, she had this trick where after the final washing, she would... Oh, man, what was it? It was classic Ellis. Hang on, what was it? I forget. Put a pin in it. Anyway, she would take the...
How's he doing?
Stable, non-acidotic, or hypothermic. How many cells did you get?
300,000.
Is that enough?
Normally you want about 1 million, but it's better than nothing.
Okay, so this video just kind of demonstrates how at the beginning the administrator did not care for Twitter, didn't understand what Twitter was and how it worked. And then once he saw what it could do, the power that Twitter had, he was all on board with it. And so this is what we're going to have to try to do gently with our admin and our tech, is to look at the ways that Twitter can be a benefit in the classroom. And so I encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone, step outside of the box, and try something new. Okay? Don't worry about students knowing how to do this. Believe me, they know how to do this. While they're watching television, they are back-channeling. No longer do kids watch TV and just sit there. They are constantly talking with others across the world about what's going on in that show. So your students know what they're doing already. It's us, we're the ones who had to catch up. So let's look at one way that teachers use back-channeling while watching a movie. Now, back in my day when my teacher brought out the movie projector and we were going to watch a movie, it meant the teacher didn't feel well that day, had papers to grade, had something they had to get done for the principal, or just generally didn't feel like doing anything that day, which really is not what movies are for, and I took it as nap time. But with back-channeling, it gives movies a whole different perspective. And so let's take a look at how you can use that. So for instance, this teacher uses movies and back-channeling. He will send out teacher-made questions in the tweets during the movie to get answers back from the students. He'll encourage the students to ask thought-provoking questions. He wants you to respond with substantive responses about things you're picking up in the movie that you think are going to be important for the lesson and things you need to know. And then it allows time for students to reflect and analyze what's going on in the movie and the lesson to be learned from the movie. Then after the movie, the teacher can go back and review the back channel post and point out the key posts that students really need to know of what the lesson was, what they needed to get out of the movie. They can also see very quickly what students did and did not get out of the movie, and then fill in those gaps where needed. And then if there are questions that arise, then we can do additional research on topics to get further clarification of the things that might have been seen in the movie. Another teacher said that she likes to use it as a response system, back-channeling. Instead of having students raise their hand to respond, she has the students type the answers into their smartphones, laptops, tablets, or whatever they have in their classroom, and that what they are typing immediately appear on the interactive whiteboard at the front of the classroom. This is especially good because it gives everyone in your classroom an equal voice. You know what I mean if you've been in the classroom at all. You always have those 2 or 3 students in the classroom who have to be the center of attention all the time. Even if they have nothing of value to say, they're going to say it, and they will be the ones speaking up. You also have those students who you don't even know have vocal cords. You've never heard them say a word. Well, think about our kids today. They don't talk on the phone. They don't speak to each other. They are constantly texting or typing. They like to say things, but they feel more comfortable typing something because it's just easier to say what they feel when they type it than when they vocalize it. And so using this will equalize your classroom and give everyone an equal voice. Okay, so let's look at another poll everywhere poll. And this one is just asking what other ways could you use back-channeling in the classroom. And so you can see some of the responses from the session I did this summer for AETC. They're there. Okay, let's move on. Of course, the ultimate source for any educational-based information that you want is Cyberyman. And Cyberyman does have a page all on back-channeling. And so right here you can find lots and lots and lots of links to articles on back-channeling, how to use back-channeling in the classroom, how to use Twitter in the classroom, how other educators are using back-channeling, other sources of back-channeling that you can use besides Twitter or Poll Everywhere, and just a plethora of information for you to be able to use. And I encourage you to look at Cyberyman's site and see what all he has there that you can benefit from. I certainly have learned a lot from using his sites. And if you want to know more about the sources where I got my information, here is my Works Cited page, but I would also encourage you, I have my Works Cited page under Google Docs, which is kind of easier to look at than here on this current presentation. I hope that you have learned something and that you will take this back to your colleagues and share it, and that you will take a chance and step outside of the box and meet students where they are. Thank you.